Howdy folks, Nathan here with Andre, and behind us is the 2018 Ford EcoSport. It's a vehicle that's the smallest entry from Ford as a crossover, and over there is Goldmine Hill.
And Lightning and Thunder are also here, and I don't think this EcoSport is gonna actually make it up stage 2. I just doubt it.
Well, you know what? This car is actually pretty good. 166 horsepower, baby, and 149 pound-feet of torque. That's what you get with this 2-liter Duratec engine. It's naturally aspirated, and it's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission, which of course goes to all 4 wheels via all-wheel drive. Now, here's the cool part. You can get 23 miles per gallon in the city and 29 miles per gallon on the highway. Now, you can get the EcoBoost, and the EcoBoost has a 1-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged setup. It only goes with the front-wheel drive system, but it still hooks up to the 6-speed automatic gearbox. Now, here's the cool part. With that engine, you get 27 miles per gallon city and 29 miles per gallon highway. So same highway MPG whether you're the 3 or 4-cylinder engine.
Here's the reason why I'm a little skeptical about the off-road performance of this EcoSport. It's the tires. These are the Bridgestone Ecopias, which are basically more meant for fuel efficiency rather than off-road ability, but these are mud and snows, and this is a 17-inch rim, which I think is pretty attractive. I'm just curious how this tire is going to do in the dirt, going up a steep grade.
What we do have amongst the readouts here is intelligent all-wheel drive, and it basically shows how much power is being allotted to each wheel. The all-wheel drive system, I'm about to take this hill here, a lot of little rocks and some decent sized ones. The all-wheel drive system basically works the traction control, so when a wheel is slipping, it'll send power where it's needed, and it works with a combination of the ABS system, the traction control system. So I have touched nothing. There are no knobs to rotate. There are no switches to flick. There are no levers to pull. It is completely automatic. Now, for those of you who know, the Ford Expedition and some of the other larger Ford vehicles out there have knobs to rotate for different types of terrain. This one doesn't. The Explorer is a really good example of that too, by the way. First part, no problem. Actually did really well. I maintained a very low speed, but just enough to keep it going. One of the things about taking a crossover off-road is to maintain momentum.
Hey, hold the camera. I'm going to show you something, all right?
All right, what do we got?
Not a huge amount of legroom. Look at this.
All right, now, officially, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2", just a little bit over.
Okay, I admit that I don't fit behind myself very well either back there, but let me show you something. Here, come,
okay.
you take the camera now. Now, this isn't bad utility. Look at that.
It folds flat?
Relatively flat, yeah.
First of all, this is really weird.
It is weird, yeah.
The door handle is in the light.
Underneath, down here, yeah, it is. Lift that up, and then put it on the top tier.
Okay.
See what I mean by the top?
What's underneath this?
Tire repair kit. There you go, see? With that in there, huzzah, you now have a flat surface area. And that's not too bad. One of the benefits of having this door swing open like this is having the ability to reach up here for any of the gear that you have. The weird part is, it doesn't come standard with crossbars, and frankly, I looked all over Ford on their website and I couldn't find anything that you can put up there. Obviously aftermarket, but it's kind of weird that it doesn't come with them. This backup cam is really good.
Wow, that's not necessary. The good part is, the lines of the rear camera actually show you where the car would be going when you turn your steering wheel. You also have a zoom feature here if you have a hitch. That's actually pretty useful. This is stage 2. You can see it's been kind of washed out, and we have a couple of rocks poking out like this one, and also here. For a low profile tire, rocks like this are pretty dangerous.
Andre's freaking out because there's a lot more like rocks and stuff like that because of all the rain we've recently had. Here we go. Okay, part 1. Okay, I got my foot down. Doesn't like it. Let me try with my foot and on the brake and accelerating. Doesn't like that one bit. All right. I'm gonna back up and try shutting the TCS off.
Okay.
We interrupt this off-road review for a quick good, bad, and weird coming from me. A good, right off the bat, baby. Best towing in its class. This car can actually tow up to 2,000 pounds as equipped. Even with the base model 3-cylinder, it can tow 1,400 pounds. That's really good. Unfortunately, it has a payload of 827 pounds, which is bad. And now the weird. Its name. Ford insists on calling it an EcoSport. Now, for those of us who have actually looked at a dictionary, it's a repeating sound. Echo, echo, echo. Eco seems a little bit more logical, and that's how it's spelt, right? So, yeah, basically, if you call it an EcoSport, according to Ford, that's not its name. It's kind of weird, right?
So the front driver and the rear passenger tires were spinning. Let's see what happens with the traction control system disabled. It might allow more spin and get the car moving.
So I'm holding down the button to shut off the traction control system. Oops, let me shut this off. Rear parking aid is off. And here we go. Well, I made it further. Nope, I think that's it. Let me try turning a little bit. The all-wheel drive system in this is strictly meant for snow, ice, and mud. So this type of terrain, frankly speaking, too much for it. And I'm not surprised. I am happy it made up the first obstacle with no problems.
Well, the rear tire is a foot in the air.
Yeah, I can feel it. Hey, we're rocking around. That's cool. Well, it seems to be a little bit more aggressive with the traction control system off. I'll try it one more time, going more right.
Okay, we're gonna try a third time to bring the EcoSport around stage 2 of Gold Mine Hill. And I asked Nathan to actually use a different line, a little bit closer to me, to see if we can get the tires planted on the ground a little bit more so we can get some momentum. Let's see.
Here goes nothing.
No.
No, Andre, it just doesn't have enough tire. I'm gonna back down. Hey, I made it over that little rock. Now, there is no hill descent control, but you can manually select gears because it actually has gears. So I'm selecting one. One of the reasons why we do this, and one of the reasons why we like taking it up Gold Mine Hill, any vehicle really that has all-wheel drive, is because if it can do well on this hill, then you know it's going to do well on trails that you guys go on, right? And remember, we're way over a mile above sea level. I think right about here is over 9,000 feet.
It's an adventurous little crossover, I would say.
Yeah, in a certain way it is.
It was trying. It was really trying.
It was trying. Could really use more horsepower.
So how about value? So the starting price on the EcoSport is just under 20 grand, right?
Right. I mean, literally like $5 under.
19,995.
Right, right.
But what about this one right here?
This one comes out over 27. And this is the titanium, which is basically as loaded as you can get. It has a whole bunch of packages attached to it. And so for well under $30,000, you get a very well-equipped small crossover.
So how does it stack up against competition? Right, this is a crowded segment.
Oh yeah, it's one of the most, it's heating up.
Yeah, it's a popular segment, but the Chevy Trax has a higher starting price.
Yes, it does.
And some of the others do too, but then again, others like the Renegade has a lower starting price.
But I have to ask one question. Out of all the questions, just one.
Okay.
Ford, why don't you let all of the versions of this vehicle have the rear tire hanging off the back? It looks cool. And they don't do it. Just the base.
What's up with that?
Dude, what's up? Hey guys, thanks for joining us for the Fast Lane Cars. Nathan and
Andre.
We'll see you next time.
And please subscribe, it helps us a lot. And comment.
That's it.